everyone. I know it's been a while since I've done a video. I'm doing this update coming to you at 12 weeks out. I will get into the reason why I hadn't done an update in just a little bit because it's a totally different topic, but I did want to update you. Right now I'm 12 weeks out. I am sitting at about 138 pounds. I might as well just, I guess, get to it. During the past about 6 weeks, I have been somewhat depressed dealing with my progress. I know I was holding myself to a bit of some unrealistic, I guess, expectations, perhaps, at the time. And I also was letting the fact that my progress wasn't moving as quickly as I wanted to. What I was doing for about the first 6 weeks was a lot of high intensity cardio. I do enjoy doing a high hit cardio, but it's just not for my body, I found out. I also was eating way more carbs to try to offset the amount of hit that I was doing. And it just wasn't working for my body. And I was getting very discouraged to the point that I think I was borderline dealing with body dysmorphia. That is I think an interesting topic to talk about, and that's what I wanted to I guess make this video about, because during that time I have, even at my fattest, when I was completely out of shape, did not feel the way that I felt about my body during that time. I looked in the mirror and I was disgusted at what I saw. I was just, it made me not want to eat. It made me not want to work out, and that's the opposite of what I needed to be doing, but I just felt like I wasn't seeing the results, and so it completely discouraged me. And that is the worst thing that I think I've ever felt during this whole prep, last year's prep, everything. It was bad. I just never had looked in the mirror and just did not like what I saw, and I knew that nothing was wrong with my body. Like, I knew that in my brain that, hey, nothing's wrong. You're fine. Like, compared to, I guess, most of America. But for me, the standards that I had for myself and the fact that things weren't moving the way that I wanted to just put me in a bad state of mind. It took about 3 weeks of that before I started just slowly started healing myself within, as far as it's just taking a step back and really looking back at how far I've come, my progress, and just comparing like last year where I'm at now, and just putting my photos side by side and see that I am, no matter what, my progress, slow as it may be, that I look way better than I looked last year, even upwards to, I would say, 10 weeks out that I was last year, and here I am way further out. The biggest thing I think I was dealing with was the fact that I knew that I was about 12 pounds heavier than I started cutting last year, and with that in mind, I knew I gained some muscle, but I know that there's no way I gained like 10 pounds of muscle. So I just felt like I was just behind. And I still somewhat feel like behind, although everyone's telling me that I'm crazy and that I'm fine and I have plenty of time. But I reconstructed, well, should I say we reconstructed my entire regimen. I am doing now just steady state. That's what I did last year. Last year I did mostly steady state with some HIIT thrown in there. So with that being said, that seems to work best for my body, and I know that now. I'm not discrediting HIIT because it has its place, and it worked great for me last year as well when I did both. But I have the type of body that I think enjoys just steady state cardio, because now I've been doing steady state for about 2 weeks, and my weight finally dropped. The entire time I was doing HIIT, the weight really didn't go anywhere. I think it's just too much stress on my body. So I want to just let any competitor out there know that we have to quit being so hard on ourselves looking in the mirror. We have to stop setting such unrealistic goals for ourselves and just embrace what the process is. Not just beat yourself up too much, especially so far out like I did. It's something that you have to just be conscious of and aware of, and not let it just consume so much of you to the point where you look in the mirror and hate your body. That's never okay. I had never had that feeling before, and I don't like it, and I pray and I will do everything that I can not to ever feel that way again. So pushing forward, clearly seeing the scale move, although I know I said scale doesn't matter, it wasn't just the scale, it was my measurements as well. I measured myself pretty often, and my measurements weren't really moving. I could see very, very minute changes in my body during that time, but for me, I knew not to trust the scale so much, but at the same time, my measurements weren't moving either. After a few weeks of them just being the same, and I'm, busting ass in the gym, I was just like, it's a bad feeling. So I can understand anybody that stalls out, how that can feel. And for me to stall out so early in my prep, I was getting extremely discouraged. So, but I'm better now. I'm happier. I'm healthier. Things are moving along. As you can see, I don't know if you can see, like, a lot of I didn't even have like real shoulder definitions or anything before, and now it's coming out again, and I feel like I'm looking like an athlete again. Not to discredit what my body was before, but I can't help it. I have my own. We're sometimes our own worst critics, and I have my own standards of what I want to bring to the stage, and I don't want to come in looking worse than I did last year. That's just not an option. So, with that being said, I know I've been tentative about like whether or not I was going to do nationals, and that is still up in the air depending on how the next probably at least 6 weeks or so goes. I'm still focused on doing my show. Things are going great. I feel great. When I say I feel great, like I do my cardio and I'm happy to do my cardio. I don't know, it's strange. And when I say I'm embracing this like none other, like I am, like I actually look forward to my workouts. I look forward to my cardio sessions. And I didn't feel like that last year. Last year I was doing it, and it was kind of like I'm doing it because I had to, and now I feel like I'm doing it because I choose to do it. I know that sounds weird because last year I was choosing to do it, but I was just in a different mind state. And so being like, I guess, enjoying what you're doing and doing it for yourself and being happy with why you're doing it is like the ultimate reason for doing it. Like you shouldn't, I know you get tired and your body, I guess, he gets tired and you don't want to do it sometimes, but I don't know, it's a necessary evil, and I understand that, and I embrace it. So I think this prep from here on out is going to be really, really positive, because the past 2 weeks now have been, I've been feeling great. But honestly, you guys, being a competitor, you have to be careful on beating ourselves up for looking in the mirror and comparing ourselves to others. We all do it, especially, us bikini competitors. We compare ourselves to the pros, and it all boils down to, especially bikini, it depends on how your whole body flows. Somebody else could have quads for days and they're a pro, and you could look at another pro and they have smaller quads, and so you can't compare yourself to one competitor or the next, because it all comes together on the symmetry of your body and how you present it. So understanding that now, I am feeling a lot more confident in my body, and I look in the mirror now and I like what I see. I like what I see again. So I just wanted to touch on that a little bit, because it was a tough time for me, and I don't want anybody else to have to go through that, although I know people probably do. It's not cool. I just want to say that we all go through it, and you just have to identify that and fight against it. 'Cause I don't know, I can't have advice on how to. You have to look within yourself and not obsess over it so much, Progress will happen. things will, will look up for you. If you're in the middle of your prep right now and you're not liking what you're seeing, I've been there, trust me, but it can change. Just take a look at your diet and your exercise and regimen, and think about changing if what you're doing doesn't seem to be working. There are plenty of ways to cut weight. So many different methods. Just find what works for your body, and don't get too discouraged or hate your body like I was doing for a moment there. But I just wanted to do that quick update and talk a little bit about that. I know my last video I was doing a bikini giveaway. Unfortunately, I didn't get very many people to participate in that. Sorry. So I think I will do another giveaway later on in this prep, maybe once more people are following my journey. I know some people, I know it's a smaller bikini, so I don't know, maybe everybody can't fit it. I don't know what I'll do with it. I'm trying to give it away, but I hope I can give it away at a later date. Thanks for tuning in. I'm actually quite in a hurry because it's the first day of class and I have so much to do. I haven't even gotten my books or anything, but I did want to do an update really quickly, get that out there, and try to do better about updating from here on out, because I am in a better state of mind, and I will try to bring more positive things and tips and tricks for you guys. Like I promise. I know I've been slacking. I'm going to do better. I promise. Well, thank you guys for watching. Until then, stay flexing. Little flex. That was lame, I know. Bye, y'all.